We are back from NAMM
Yes, we are.
2025, and boy, are my arms tired.
You use that joke every single time.
Guys, I'm sure you've been waiting for this moment. What are the Chapman's impressions on our favorite things about the NAMM Show 2025, and what are a few things we didn't like?
Well, guys, NAMM happened. We was LA.
I think-
the
And
fires.
boy, are my arms tired.
I think we
Come
all
on,
agree
I
that
can-
NAMM was back this year.
It was actually
with a
back.
vengeance.
Fires were not as big of an issue as what everybody thought it was.
No.
In fact, I have to say, we spent the whole time there, and I never ever noticed any.
But
Lots of
direct
wind.
fires.
I know it was a tragic thing still going on in California.
absolutely.
But actually, the NAMM Show raised hundreds of thousands of dollars
You know one cool
for
thing?
the fire fund out there.
That is one cool thing.
A really good thing that they had the event.
One good point that was made, and I want to make this out there because there was a lot of people saying, should we even have a NAMM? This is a tragic situation. We're right in the middle of it. Honestly, one very important thing, the mayor of San Diego came out. No, not San Diego. The mayor of one of those towns, San something, that was one affected by the fires,
Bernardino?
said, this is important that we do this, not because of morale, but honestly because of money. Financially, this is the most important thing we can do to the city. If they wouldn't have events like that, tourism would go away. Then they'd be in even more trouble than they would be. Small business would be in trouble. So kudos to NAMM on keeping the ball rolling and keeping going ahead with it.
We actually saw that. We took Dad out early, spent the weekend.
we
We went to
contributed
the
to the
Warner
economy.
Brothers deal on Sunday. There was hardly anybody there.
Yeah.
It was very, very small.
So kudos to NAMM for working hard, raising money, and making this happen again this year. But that's not why we're here today. We're here to talk about our top 3 things that we brought back, our favorite things. It could be favorite things. Jeremy might get negative. We'll see. No. But I want to go with my top 3. I'm going to go with my third favorite thing, and I'll start it out, guys.
Do it.
I want to say my favorite thing this year was my team. They kicked butt.
Weird.
Worked hard, busted their butts the entire time. I could also include these guys in the team, but I won't. But I want to
take
give
it
a big
anyway.
shout out to my team.
I worked harder than
They
I'll
busted
second
their
that.
butts this
You
year.
guys planned for the event, figured out how to do the live streaming with the congestion of the internet and the phone signals out there. You were still
Concrete
able to pull it
walls
off
and
and have
basements.
almost flawless live stream. So congratulations, team.
Yeah.
And we're all
I'll second that.
irradiated now because of it, but that's okay. It was worth it.
I just put a burrito in my pocket and it was cooked by the end of the day.
I had wore lit underwear the entire time.
All right, you want to know what my third favorite thing was?
You know, honestly,
You do.
I do.
Yeah,
The
I knew
people
you
at
would.
home
That's
do.
why
I would.
asked.
I knew you would.
That's
All
why
right,
we're here.
here's what I loved. This year, I got to spend more time with people that I enjoyed being with than I have in years past. Got to be with the companies that we work with, discuss things with them, and do it on a level that we had never done it before. I think this year, the Acoustic Shop came in, and we had a space in the conversation that we hadn't had before, not just in camaraderie and just having it with other stores, with manufacturers, with customers that were there. It was like this weird, I don't know, it was a gathering. It was truly a gathering where we got to discuss and enjoy each other's company. I thought it was really cool.
I
Do you
think
agree
that's
with that?
increasing. I think I could second that a little bit too. This is the first year we didn't have to walk into the Martin booth and say, please, won't you let us sell your guitars? Please. We got a great greeting.
We did that to other companies that
yes.
also.
You're next on the list. But yeah, it was great to visit with folks that we've worked with all year long. I think I'm going to go and say, and this probably makes sense as my role in the business, some of the sessions before the actual NAMM trade show, we sat through a lot of marketing and artificial intelligence seminars. Our entire staff was eating it up, taking notes, learned a lot, brought a lot back to the business. So I appreciate NAMM putting on all these educational summits that go along with the trade show. They could easily just do the trade show, but they spend those extra dollars and time organizing it to really help educate the retailers, and I thought it was a great year for that.
I really wanted to pay attention during the artificial intelligence seminars, but every time I hear artificial intelligence, I see his face. I guess I'll lead it off again with my number 2 favorite thing. We had dinner with our good friend Jerry and John Kluter from Bedell Guitars.
Jerry Lambert.
Jerry Lambert.
They're not
sorry.
both Cluters. But
Jerry. Everybody knows Jerry. Why would I say the last name? we had an incredible dinner that night. We laughed harder than we should have.
Yes.
I enjoyed that evening. They are like family with us now. So I want to shout out to Jerry and John. You guys are the best. And I had the most fun that night and had an incredible meal.
You know what I thought was great? Bringing back Hall E. Hall E was great because it brought back the quiet
sense of
acoustic
peace.
area that we all die for. If you've never been to the NAMM show, it is 4 floors of one. It's actually that plus another building of I never even got into that building, but 4 floors full of musical instrument products. And Hall E is on the bottom level. And it's always been a quieter space, lower ceilings, just a little more intimate. And most of the acoustic higher end companies were there. There were some of the acoustics that were above, such as Martin was on the main floor. So hard to gauge how good those guitars.
You want my hot take on this? Can I give you a hot take right now?
Move all of them down
It's
there.
time for all acoustic guitars to move down to Hall E.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Just get together. I'm looking at you, Martin. I'm looking at you, Eastman.
I know.
I'm looking at you, Bourgeois.
What about the guys that are on the 3rd floor? No.
Well, they're in their own rooms. That's wonderful. Go to your own private room like the other groups
Bedell,
are.
Taylor,
Yeah.
Yamaha.
You can do that. That's great.
Guild.
But if you're not wanting to do that and you want to be in the thick of it, just let's all congregate where we all should be together.
Yes, volumes were high always. It was a full show again. I'm glad to see that. But overall, I do agree with Jason. I think, again, those of you who just didn't participate, again, I got a hot take while we're
You're
here.
dead to
Boy,
us.
we're just
I
changing the whole
got another hot
premise of
take.
this
This is another one. Hey,
video.
vendors, if you're going to give me a NAMM special, show up at NAMM. Holy smokes. What good is it to give me a NAMM sale if you didn't even show up at NAMM? That's a weird one. Anyway, yes, Holly was back. It was quiet. It was lovely to get to enjoy great instruments. Thank you.
I'm going to say one of my favorite things this year was that NAMM kind of listened. I think they listened to our podcast. I think they listened to all our episodes and realized that the influencers and the content creators is a big part of what NAMM's future is going to be.
Maybe a little too much.
This year they might have went a little too far and just invited everyone. If you have a camera, come on out. You're an influencer. But it was very full of new people I hadn't seen before. A lot of YouTube channels. A lot of people creating video content at the show. I think it is a little bit overwhelming because this was the first year they really focused on it and made kind of a badge specific to influencers and content creators. But I think it's great for the future of the NAMM show as long as they kind of learn how to manage that and keep it maybe a little bit more organized of who gets to go where.
Just
'Cause
make
it did get
be a
very
little-
crowded. Some of the booths were very full of people filming things.
Which
But
is fine.
I think it is going to be very beneficial for the future of both the brands, getting that extra exposure, the excitement of people just attending the NAMM show. So a lot of these people's viewers want to see what happens at the NAMM show, and just growing the overall industry by creating that excitement like CES does.
My number one. Jeremy's going to love this because honestly, it was one of the most entertaining and enjoyable mornings. And he missed it.
I
He
don't
missed
like
it.
you, Reverb.
Jacob Collier did a seminar. They did a breakfast session focusing on education. Music education. Had one of the most incredible musicians known to human Earth, Victor Wooten.
Yeah.
But then they brought out this cool kid band.
mariachi band was incredible.
The mariachi band was that morning also.
Awesome.
A local band there. We had a great
That was
story.
my favorite morning.
Had a cool band with a bunch of kids that had never played together, but they were in this
Rock
school rock system.
School of Rock All Stars. It was really cool.
But then Jacob Collier came out, and Jeremy's been telling me about this guy. I've seen videos of him online. I'm like, oh, that's cool. This dude's incredible. I mean, brought people to tears
So here's
with
the
his
deal,
entertainment.
guys. Reverb scheduled an appointment with me and Jeremy.
They have appointment-only rooms. You can't go in there and just visit like you used to be able to do at the booth. So I make an appointment, use the NAMM app, make an appointment for 9:30, and then everyone goes, oh, man, it's the same time Jacob's going to be on, but we really need to talk to Reverb because we want to work on building that channel a little bit more. So I'm like, we made this appointment. Let's walk all the way over to
You
the
did
other
the right
building.
thing, Jeremy.
Let's go meet with them. Get over there, miss Jacob, and I'm really disappointed in that. Get over there and they go, oh, we don't look at that app. We don't know anything about this appointment. If you haven't scheduled anything, it's going to be hard to make an appointment with you guys. I was livid.
Jeremy was there, and he said, a lot of people's girlfriends are But no, Jacob Collier was incredible. I encourage you highly if you could find the YouTube videos. I'm sure there's tons of people filming. I mean, there were men weeping in the aisles. There were women literally weeping. It was very, very stirring and incredible show of entertainment and just control of an audience. And I'm so sorry, Jeremy, you missed the most incredible thing of
I don't think I'll ever forgive the folks at Reverb. So.
They owe you a Jacob Collier concert.
They do. I'm going to send them a bill. I'm going to go attend one and send the bill to reverb.com.
Or at least 2 songs of the concert. That's all he does, 2 songs. But
John, how about you? What is your number one?
All right, guys, this was my most fun year because I got to be part of 2 major guitar releases. We helped Eastman to release the E20D LSH, TC LSH, which is based off of our TAS 58957, done in a more inexpensive variation. It was a whole bunch of fun to build that guitar, and we did it. It was a 7-year project that you guys helped me do, but I spent a lot of time working on building that guitar. Then became the second project, which was us working on the Bedell 1940, and I think that was a hit. It was my favorite guitar of the entire show. I think it is fantastic. It was cool to get to introduce that. And then to go along with that, there was innovations. And I thought that was really cool this year as well, is to see people pushing some of the boundaries of what can be done in the acoustic world. Saw stuff like the Active CNR. We got to officially show off the TAG3, and other companies had some similar types of products.
Martin had a lot of cool new products this year. That was cool.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
It was just a very cool product, and for me, especially being part of 2 major launches, it was really awesome.
So mine, I'm going to do a 2-parter. One of them is a personal coolness thing. It probably doesn't raise to the level of my favorite thing in NAMM, but being able to walk over to the Hal Leonard booth and see my book there and go, hey. And that was the first time I've seen the book.
Seeing your face on a book is your favorite thing.
Seeing my face on my book.
Just get over it.
It's pretty cool to walk over to the booth and say, recognize that guy in the front of that book. Everyone that walked by to say, hey, recognize that fella? And they say, nope. But anyway, getting to see the new Hal Leonard do-it-yourself Mandolin Book being released at the NAMM show. That was really cool. I think my favorite thing about the show was the people that came back this year, because post-2020, there was a lot of questions over whether these brands would ever come back. A lot of them swore they wouldn't. Some of them are starting to just trickle their way in and like dip their toe in the water. The Taylor room was much smaller than before, but it was back open to the public. It wasn't just a private room. Gibson did come back, but in a place very. I'm going to give them a thumbs down. It was a room that they didn't even put a sign on. It just had like a little thing that you could barely see Gibson. And I peeked in there and they had a bunch of Gibson acoustics and stuff. And I'm like, is this the Gibson room? And they're like, yeah. I say, well, we're Gibson dealers. Can we meet with a rep?
I believe.
Oh, no reps are there. You can't meet with reps. This is a content creating room.
It said, Gibson, you're not welcome here.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it felt like. And I said, well, we create content. We have a good channel, and we sell Gibson instruments.
And he said, a lot of people's girlfriends create content in here.
He said, if you're not on the list, you're not going to get on the list. I'm like, okay, well, I won't say what I was thinking, but Gibson, why even be there? Like,
Why bother?
You not only piss off all of the audience that wants to see the Gibson stuff, but your vendors that would like to actually see the new products and meet with you like, no, you're not important.
Nope, not going to happen.
See ya. So the ones that did show up, that's my number one. The ones that showed up halfway, is it even worth it? I'm still disappointed in D'Addario. GHS wasn't there this year. Just a lot of our vendors that I think should be there that just didn't show up. Come on, guys. It's a big show.
Hopefully they'll figure it out and come back soon. If not, it's more room for me, right? I want to do a little pop quiz for you guys, and I want you to not think about this.
Okay.
First product that comes to your mind, what was your favorite product this year at the NAMM show? John, you've already said it.
It was a 1940. It was the best.
Jeremy, I'm going to go last.
I mean, it's hard for me because they don't have a lot of the stuff that I like. Obviously, mandolins are very lacking. Collings did have a couple really nice ones.
What are you complaining about?
My favorite product at the NAMM show was the Do-It-Yourself book by Jeremy Chapman on mandolin.
Your favorite product?
Now you just devalued mine. It's just whatever you were involved with.
I want to say my favorite product that I saw the entire time at the NAMM show was the Automaton. There was a guy that was demoing that No, just kidding. No, those are great. I think the coolest innovation and coolest product, and I think the thing I see really taking off in our world, I'm gonna give it to FERC.
I agree
I
with
think
you.
the
My
active
favorite.
CNR was such a cool thing. It proved itself. It was like the perfect storm of innovation. It was drier than heck in the NAMM show. Guitars were exploding, literally, just like little cherry bombs. And honestly, Petter said, I haven't adjusted anything other than our non-active CNRs. I adjusted a few. We lost one guitar, I think he said, one guitar to finish issues or crack or something from it being 3%
I don't even
humidity.
remember that.
I think he said there was one that was
Maybe.
unrecoverable. But we were talking, I mean, Martin had guitars that literally just caved themselves in. It was so dry. And he had hardly any work needed to be done. He proved his system right there at NAMM. So I'm going to say, I think the Innovation Award for
It
the
would have been
Acoustic
my
Shop
second favorite.
goes to Petter Ferk and his innovation of the active CNR. And we can't wait to see some of those in the shop soon.
They're coming.
One more thing I'd like to say real quick is congratulations to some major brands that have made it to 50 years this year. Deering Banjo celebrated 50 years. D'Addario just celebrated 50. Santa Cruz.
They didn't
My
show up.
back,
We don't get to have
my
50
back
years.
feels like it celebrated 50 years this year at NAMM.
And Bourgeois Guitars also
Yes.
50 years. So congratulations to those guys. That's a big accomplishment and really cool.
Love it. Well, that was our NAMM recap. Next time, join us. Just come on with us.
You know, just
We're already
charter a
bringing 8
plane.
people. We might as well get
That's
more,
you,
right?
Dario. Come out and join us.
Oh, here we're calling them out.
Gauntlet.
All right. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't like it, like and subscribe.
And if you watched all the
Anyway,
live streams, tell us what your favorite
Yeah.
moments were. From
tell
the
us your
show.
favorite moments. It's what we want to know. That way we can make more of those moments next year for you. And we'll see you on the next video.